Hi everyone, this is Nisha, and in today's video, we are going to see how to configure basic authentication on your gateway. So this is part one. Firstly, to be able to use basic authentication on your gateway, you'll have to create authentication source. So to do that, we'll have to log into your APIM service, and once you're there, you'll have to go to authentication and click on new authentication source, give it a name, my basic auth 2024. And here for the identity provider type, you'll have to select basic authentication gateway, which we'll be using. So click on OK. Once that is done, firstly, you'll have to create a role. So the roles are basically, people who serve a specific function, such as administrators. So let me create a role named administrator here. Click on save, and we can click on save. Okay, that's done. Later on, you'll have to create a group. So groups are you can so you'll have number of users who work as developers or testers. So you can each group your workable units into a single group. So let's say developers. On next. You can attach a role. So the developers can be administrators. So you can select a role here. Click on next, finish. So that is done. You can click on save. Okay, and the last step is to create the users. So the users are basically who will try to invoke the API, whatever you have deployed. So let's create a user here, Adam, and give a password. And the status should be enabled, and click on next. And you will have to add the user to a relevant group. So in my case, Adam is a developer. So once that is done, you'll click on finish and save. So the basic authentication source has now created. So in the upcoming videos, that is part 2 and part 3, we'll try to use this basic authentication source and try to invoke a deployed API using using the basic authentication and XAPI key. And we'll perform few other steps such as configuring a plan, creating an application, and a subscription. And yeah, I hope this information helps, and thank you for watching.